All right, welcome everybody to the last episode of Tomb Raider. This is the review episode. Overall, if you have not seen a review episode on the channel, I basically give it a rating out of 10. I go through the story, the world, the gameplay, and the quality, and I just talk about those four sections. And they're pretty short videos. So overall, I'm gonna give this game an 8 out of 10. I had a great time playing it. I looked forward to playing it every time I booted it up. I was like, yes, I get to run around and try to find more stuff or continue the story, that type of thing. I found it was very good. A couple of points knocked off here and there simply because of the age is kind of showing a little bit. Couple glitches every now and then that we ran into. Nothing super crazy, but still gonna knock it down a little bit, right? So let's get into the story. I thought the story was good. It's a little weird at times. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little weird. The whole like transferring the soul into I try not to give too many spoilers, but that one kind of was. Anyways, but like it's a little weird at times. It's super dark at times too. Like I was not expecting that dark of a story coming out of a Tomb Raider Lara Croft game. Anyways, to continue, it's predictable at times, the story is, and it's also super unpredictable at others, right? We were able to see right through Whitman very, very early on, and then there are things that happen in the story that you're just like, where did that come from? So it kind of hits both spots pretty well. Overall, I thought it was a good story. It was enticing enough. You want to see what's going on, and I enjoyed it. Now for the world, I thought it was really well made. I like the different areas. They were very different from each other for the most part. They each had their own kind of style and flow with them. Different aesthetic as well. They were really well made, and I enjoyed running around and exploring in them. They weren't too big, they weren't too small. Some of them were a little more difficult to navigate, but I think that was also part of the charm in those areas as well. The set scenes were also very well done for the most part. Like there's a couple spots in the world that were as difficult again to navigate, but some of them it was like a more glitchy difficult than it was actually difficult. And just to reiterate, there was a time where I was trying to get onto an ice wall and it would just not connect, and I died like 4 times trying it. It was a little frustrating, but that's what it was. There was a lot to do and explore, and it was very rewarding to explore, right? If you ran around and you just it was fun to look at everything while running around, but not only that, you would find a lot of stuff, a lot of salvage, a lot of collectibles. You would find it all. So if you're a good collectibles person, this is a great game. They do a fantastic job. The gameplay was good. It was nothing groundbreaking, especially for a game of this type. My major gripe is with QTEs. I hate QTEs, quick time events. So like when something's going on in like a cinematic and they request that you input a certain button to hit, or else like you die. Like we died right away at the beginning because I didn't know what the button was. And yeah, I hate QTEs, but that might just be a me thing. That might be right up your alley. I just hate them. The combat was fun. The fights, I had it on easy. I was playing on the easy difficulty, and the reason being was that I didn't want the fights to drag out too long, and I thought on easy they were perfect length of fights that felt hard enough that I didn't want to, and maybe I just suck, but that I didn't want to just run out in the open and try to deal with these people, right? But I didn't have one of those fights that just you're just wondering when it's gonna end. You know what I mean? The quality, I thought it was a solid quality. This game came out in 2013, which is a solid 12 years ago from when we're playing it, and I thought it was pretty, solid quality. Decent graphics. They're not like obviously state of the art. You can see the water in the background. It's nothing crazy or anything like that, but I thought it was, they're decent enough, and they didn't, I didn't have any issues looking at the game and saying, this is ugly. I also didn't really look at it and say, this is beautiful. It was just kind of, they're decent, right? However, I did think the voice acting in the game was rather spectacular. I didn't listen to anybody and like, you know, their voice actor kind of sucks. All of them were fantastic, given especially Lara. Lara did a great job. Whoever voice acted her, I didn't look up whose name it was, but Lara Croft's main character that you play is very well voice acted, which is always a bonus, always. Last thing, there was, at times, the game could be kind of buggy and glitchy, right? We ran into an issue with one of the tombs where it just wouldn't let us do what we needed to do. We also ran into, and I mentioned this earlier, a time where I was just trying to connect to an ice wall and it just would not do it. Those were pretty much the only 2 times. I did, however, when we first tried playing the game for the channel, I ran into a visual bug that was like a strobe light going off on the screen. It was crazy. So I couldn't actually play the game for a little bit. I ended up getting the game on the Epic Game Store rather than on Steam, and that seemed to have fixed the whole thing. So that was good. But there are some bugs, there is some glitchiness, although they are rather infrequent. They don't seem to happen all that often. But overall, I had a great time with the game. We will be playing the other 2. There's 2 more in the series. We will be playing those eventually. Next on the docket, however, is Assassin's Creed Shadows, which we have been waiting for a very long time. But yeah, I own the other 2 games, so like they are ready to go whenever I find a good time to play them. So I had fun. I hope you had fun. Let me know what you think about the game and if you enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys have to say. So thank you guys so much for watching. Greatly appreciate it. Hope you have a good rest of your day, night, whatever it is. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.